Hello and welcome to the Hope Hotline. Boy, do I got good news for you people.
Best news ever.
Wait, what?
I mean, if you trust.
Yeah,
I mean, I never
right.
trust.
I know, it's true.
But in this particular
case,
situation,
we're trusting.
our prayers have been answered.
Oh.
Try not to burp in your ear because I just burped. Like in this situation, I think we're going to believe it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, girl.
Let's do it.
Florida's major hurricane risk is at its lowest in years, people.
Yay.
You know what I say to that? At 12%, you know what I say to that? Whoever did this thing, put me back on. Okay. They ate it.
Left no crumbs.
We love you.
Yes.
We love you, especially since even Citizens, the state
Right.
insurance companies, are ditching.
Right.
They're ditching people.
Right. Exactly.
Did you get ditched by Citizens?
Yeah, of course I did. Well, they told me I had to get flood insurance, and it was going to be up like another like $2,000 a year for flood insurance, and I was like, well, and I don't even need it. I'm not even in a flood zone.
Why would you have to get flood insurance?
Ask Citizens. But I was
They
like,
can't mandate that, can they?
they did. They 100% did. So I had to switch.
Okay, to a different company?
Yes.
Are they more money?
Not because I was going to have to do flood. So it was about the same, a little bit more than what my Citizens was prior.
But not
but
$2,000.
not- Right. Not with the flood. I don't have to have flood.
You know,
with
I
this
think
one.
that they did is they ditched people with wood frame homes.
Oh, yeah. They probably picked me like flood.
I think that they literally went through their list of wood frame homes to a certain age, and they said, you got to
Bye.
go.
Oh, now it's all brand new.
Well, my house isn't, they didn't ditch me, but,
They didn't make you get flood either, or do you have to have flood?
oh, I have to have flood.
Okay. That's why, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I figured.
I
with
have to
the-
have flood. I'm like right
you're on
across the street.
Amazon, I forgot.
It's like in the hurricane.
You were in every hurricane.
In
I
the
know.
middle of them.
It's true.
Smack dab.
Smack dab.
But yeah, like right across the street.
Right.
They like to travel right up Peace River.
Right. True.
They love us.
They do. Those hurricanes love you, but not this year.
Not this year, girl.
All time low.
All time low. When I saw that, I was like,
I know. And I can make some serious money off these hurricanes, and I'm even excited about it.
well, because you'll make money other ways.
100%.
You don't need a hurricane to
We
destroy
don't.
people's
No,
lives.
No, we do not. We really
To make
don't.
money.
Right. Correct.
It's crazy.
It is.
You know what? What is that?
This year is just going to be so great.
Such a great year.
Why is that?
2026, baby.
No hurricanes. So many fun things are happening.
Like, name the fun things.
Well, her daughter's wedding,
Whoop, whoop.
Halloween,
Christmas.
Christmas.
No, you meant something by that. What did you mean?
No,
when you
actually,
said,
I've just this year in my spirit, I felt that this year is just going to be
Yeah,
such
I
a
thought
good year for everyone.
I
2026
thought
was supposed to be a
2026
great
was
year.
same
Hope.
here, but I'm going to say so far, I'm not sure it has been. I haven't seen it, so I'm like, maybe you guys
Maybe-
know something that I
maybe-
don't.
maybe we're
and you
still standing
should
on it.
expound on it.
We're a second half team, Hope. We're believing.
What do you mean you're still standing on it?
We're believing for the
On
second
that feeling.
half.
I'm waiting for
It's only May.
the great
We
things
got
to
6
come.
more months.
Yeah. My birthday's in June.
Mine's in November.
So what? Those are all normal things, guys.
Yeah, well, you know
Yeah,
what, Hope?
but
When
there's no
you're
hurricanes.
optimistic,
Except
we're
for
excited
Kylie's
about it.
marriage.
That's true. That is a very special thing.
That is.
And we don't want to forget the exciting things that are to come.
Yeah. Well, they're ready for it.
I know.
You got to be ready for it. There's some things. I mean, not having kids. You can never be ready for kids, but there
I
are some
know.
things in life, and that's one of them. Just so happens they are ready for it,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some things in life you got to be ready for.
What advice do you give people when they say, "How do you get ready to have kids?" Because I'm sure you've been asked that before. Like, how do you know? How do you know
You'll
if you're
never.
ready?
I mean, having kids,
Yeah.
you're never going to be ready for it. Financially, spiritually, you should be, but outside of that, because you have to be the priest of your home if you're a guy, and a mom, you have to be able to like nurture that thing. If you ain't, that's not innate in you. You better learn.
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't have children. I think people, I find it so funny how people will say that it's selfish of people not to have children. People will say, that's so
I do.
selfish of you. Well, you know what I think? I think it's selfish of somebody that knows that they are not capable
Right.
of raising a child and still do because society tells them to do it.
Yeah. I've seen enough
That-
bad parents at this point. That
Yeah.
I will never give that advice ever.
Like, I think it's selfish to tell somebody that they should have them when they know
Right.
that they're not capable of having it. That's selfish, having a kid. And you're just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's true.
In a lot of things,
That's very
in
true.
a lot of ways.
That's very true.
And I think we have things so screwed up.
I agree.
So in so many ways, like things are flipped. But a lot of times I think they're flipped because of not reading our Bible, because we are so used to the world's philosophies and the things and the ways that they think that you should do things versus scripturally speaking, the way that the word says you should do things.
Right.
And the word is always opposite and more narrow than the way the world will tell you to do them.
Right.
And it doesn't feel right. Going
That's true.
against the grain,
That's true.
which is where I feel like we are right now in many, many ways.
Mm-hmm.
Going against the grain is not always easy and can be like a salmon swimming upstream, kind of not exhausting, but kind of like when's the stream going to stop going against us, but you got to be willing to.
agree. And usually that is the right way. Usually when you do the opposite of everybody else, it's usually the right way. But you have to hear from the Lord during this season of life.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
And you know what's so funny is I was thinking about this when I was praying this morning. I was like, going through the list of things that the good and the things that people might think are kind of like tough things that people walk through, like if I gave you a list of all the great things that's going on in my life versus and then I told you all the things that I feel like are tough things that having to overcome, like none of them, like I'm at so much peace and I'm at like I wish I could bottle my joy and happiness and my stress free and my contentment. I wish I could put it in a bottle for people so that they could just be like, oh man, is that what that feels like when you're going through all that?
Yeah, just
That's
so they could get a
freaking
feeling.
awesome.
Right. Yes. I would love to do that too. How do we do that? Just so they can get like a little, like a sample.
A glimpse.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
not to say that there aren't moments where you're just like,
Right.
but you know that depending on how you respond to those moments can be momentary
Right.
instead of long lasting.
True.
Like there are moments that I literally buckle down and hunker down, spiritually speaking, word and prayer. And I am like a dog with a bone. But even in those times, it's not that it's like I'm always at peace. But what I will say is I kind of, in my head, I'm always knowing this is momentary and like, you just got to get through it and watch and see how God like brings you to the other side. You kind of just wish, again, you wish you could bottle it.
Yeah.
So that
No,
people
that's so
would
true.
kind of
I do.
not be so defeated and so like, sure hope this works out.
Right. Yeah. And that's how most people think.
Yeah. And it's a killer. It'll kill you.
Yeah, well,
Not physically, spiritually speaking though.
I mean, yeah, I was watching something the other day. And when I say the other day, I mean last night. So I used to be in Cape Coral, so I know a lot of the police department down there. And one of my friends, whose husband was one of the sheriffs in Lee County, knew a police officer. And so she sent me a screenshot of a Netflix series of one of the guys that we knew. And he was one of the detectives during a case. And so he's on this Netflix series.
Is it the one about the girl and the two boys that got killed in the car accident?
No, it's not that one. It's called The Worst Ex Ever. That one. You know the guy that had that has like the tattoos all over his face, like the Joker tattoos now? Do you know who I'm talking about? That was in Cape Coral. That situation happened in Cape Coral.
What are you talking about?
So, tattoo face guy.
Is he getting the tattoos taking off his face right now?
No.
Okay, that's a different guy.
Yeah, no, Cape Coral. So he ended up murdering 2 people, and it was in Cape Coral. Let me see if I can get this up real quick. This guy, do you remember him?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Wade-
put him on
yeah,
really
Wade-
quick for everybody to see. Can
Wade-
you do that?
Yeah, it's just that one's not the best picture, but that's just FYI. So he was in Cape Coral, and
What?
yeah, he was in Fort Myers when he met the one girl, and then he went over to the Cape Coral side. So it was kind of like a mix thing. But one of the guys that I knew really well when I lived down there was the detective on the case, and another guy as well who was like, I don't know if he's the above him, whatever, the supervisor or whatever the one above that is, but he also was on there. So 2 of the guys were being interviewed. It was just so funny to see them. But listening to this guy's story, his name is Wade Wilson. But listening to his story, if like eventually when you let the enemy in so much, he got to the place where it was just a random killing. He just killed these 2 women.
What?
It was just randomly killed them. He met this one of the girls out at a bar, and actually I know that bar in Fort Myers. And then he was driving back through Cape Coral, found this guy's fiance, and just murdered them, both of them. And he called his dad. And
Wait a minute. So
Yeah.
he meets a girl in a bar.
Yes.
Kills her.
Yes.
Then somebody not related.
Totally not related.
He knows
Somehow-
the fiance, and then he kills his fiance, the fiance's wife to be.
So no. So there's a girlfriend. There's a girl that he met at the bar.
He kills her.
Done. Then he somehow meets this other woman
Okay.
who is a fiance of somebody else. It's just this random woman that was ready to get married to this random guy. And
Okay.
he somehow connected with her. These stories are really short on Netflix because they're just like one episode.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
One-
like 1 hour.
one-stop shops.
Yes. And so he ends up killing this other woman and 2 women in the same day.
And the same day.
Same day. And then he goes to this house and he was going to do whatever he had to do so that it could be his hideout house. Well, that couple that were living in the home that he entered into had just gone back to Ohio for the night or for the day before for good. Like they were gone. But if they were there,
He would have killed them.
he was ready to kill them. So he calls his biological dad. He was apparently adopted by decent people, apparently, but he calls his biological dad who had him when he was like 15 years old. So that was like where that happened. But he calls his biological dad and tells him what happened. And his biological dad called Cape Coral cops and told him where to find him
Thank God.
because he knew he was going to keep going. So he asked him, there's like, you can watch the interview between his biological dad and Wade. And he's like, what, was this just random? And he was like, yeah, it was. And he's like, well, I know Wade was like, I know you told them where I was. And he's like, I know. How do you feel about that? And he's like, I'm pretty upset. And he's like, was this just random? He said, yeah. And he said, were you going to keep going? Like, I had a feeling you were just going to keep going. And Wade was like, yeah, I was. That's really weird that you knew that. And he's like, so really crazy. But the thing is like when you have voices in your head and they're not of God, obviously, like God knows like you're capable of anything. Like
No
two
one evil,
random-
because evil will prevail. Like,
correct. When you just let those, so like as extreme as that is, but it's like that little leaven. That's why I think the little leaven in your mind, the power of your imagination, something popped in his mind. And there was a whole story prior to that of girlfriends that he was like choking and all the, like there was so much.
so he
that
had a violent
very
nature.
violent nature, but before that he wasn't. And so it's just, but that little bit started popping up. And then nobody stopped it. And he didn't stop it, obviously. So I think your mind is so powerful that you can choose one way or another way. And,
Oh yes, it
and-
says that in the word.
Yes.
So you're actually, it's
Yes.
absolutely. That's why it says to take captive of every thought and make it obedient to the word of
exactly.
God.
Right.
Because if you do not,
You can run wild. And people don't take it that seriously, but if you don't, it's like you make space for the next thought and the next thought and the next thought. And then obviously not everybody is going to turn into a murderer, but
Right.
like your mind just like not being able to hold thoughts captive. Like you said, you want to be able to bottle that feeling of like what it feels like even in the storm to be able to just have peace knowing that it's going to be okay. Like,
yeah, because just like, I don't know, like not even 7 days ago, I was like, anxious, and I'm never anxious.
Right.
But like the anxiousness didn't last. I didn't like it. I don't enjoy anxiousness. Like
Yeah.
it is such a foreign thing to me.
I know. It's for real
That
same. When it comes, it's
I
like,
don't
ooh.
know how people live in anxiousness.
I know.
I mean, and I'm not. This is speaking from a person who knows plenty of people who deal with being anxious
Same.
or anxiety or overcoming it
Yep.
or fighting it. They have anxious moments. They're always like, they're not on medications to try and suppress it. They are literally taking it to the word, literally taking it to.
Yep.
And I applaud that because
too.
a lot of people will just take something to just make it go away.
But the crazy part is, it doesn't even, if you talk to the people that have done that, which I've known plenty that have, it's like they're just numb and they're like, there's nothing they're happy for. There's nothing they're mad at. Like they're just
No emotion.
They're just like here. They're NPCs, you know?
Well, it's kind of like Ozempic.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
When you say that, it
Yeah.
kind of like just makes like eating's not happy anymore for
right.
people.
True.
Kind of like takes the joy out of everything.
Yeah, it can. Absolutely
So
can. There's
who wants that?
Right.
Either. I mean, unless you're a 600-pound life, and then that sounds pretty good. Ain't gonna lie.
I mean, there's the extreme. Absolutely.
Yes. But still,
Yeah,
like,
I
I
know.
mean, so I'm not bashing. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if you're taking it to the word and you're overcoming that way and fighting it with the good fight of faith,
Right.
then I applaud you because you're doing far more than most people do. Like Tom is very transparent
Right.
and like he has dealt with it. He still he still deals with it. He is like, but he ain't going to run to the medication, and he's not going to tell people to run to the medication. He's going to tell you, do what he does, which is fight it.
Right.
Fight it with prayer. I mean, with everything within you, spiritually speaking, you fight it tooth and nail. You're going to win.
Right. Yep.
You're going to win, but to cave and give in and like, oh my gosh, please, people, don't do that.
I know.
Please fight it with the word. But all I'm saying is it's not that I don't ever have to deal with it. It's just, how do you deal with it
And how long?
and how long? Thank you very much.
True.
Because it doesn't have to take that long.
Nope.
Man, I felt like $100 after I pulled up all those scriptures and started just one right after the other.
Yeah.
And I spoke them to myself. I didn't read them. I spoke them to myself, you
Good.
know,
Yeah.
because you got to say it out loud.
That's true.
You got to tell yourself it.
Yeah. Make it personal.
Make it be for you.
Yep.
So it's pretty great. So all that to say,
Yeah.
no hurricanes this year, pretty
No
much.
hurricanes this year.
12% chance.
Praise the Lord.
But
Okay.
if it's anything like meteorologists,
Yeah, I know. Well,
and how they say it's going to rain and it doesn't, and then they say it's not going to rain and then it does.
okay. 12.
Hello.
It says major. It says hurricane risk is at its lowest in years. Oh, at 12%. Okay, you were right.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was saying like the yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if
okay.
the farmer-
no, that's better.
Yeah.
That's even better news. Now I'm even more excited.
Yeah, that way.
See?
Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah.
Farmer's Almanac was right about the winter, and I
Yeah.
think it even was saying
Yeah, it did.
no hurricanes.
It did. It said this is because of El Nino or whatever. Like exactly what this.
It was El Nino, I believe.
Yeah, like the one's going this way, and then
Yes.
this is going this way. So it's like it's hurting the chance of it actually to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if one does come, they say it's coming straight from us to us. It's going from like Mexico, like Helene did. The direction of all hurricanes are now in the direction of Helene. Gulf of America.
There we go. Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. All right, I do have some things today, so I'm going to go
Please
through
do your
really
things.
quick. Okay. So if you're on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, hello, you guys can come back for the audio podcast. I won't spend a ton of time on this because I think most of you guys know where we're at. It's important to know that we will not be here on Wednesday next week. My stepdaughter is graduating and it's my twins' 20th birthday. So they're going to be no more
Woohoo!
teenagers. No more teenagers.
That's wild.
I know.
And then we won't be here on which I haven't told you, but
Okay.
June 3rd.
June 3rd. Okay.
June
Okay.
3rd, we won't be here.
Okay, well, I'll put that up too when we get a little bit closer. So
Thank you
just
very much.
mark your calendars. But June 12th, Natalie is back. Natalie is back, and we are excited to have her back. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Hope, do you want to do the next slide now?
Nope.
No,
You
not
can
yet?
do it, girl.
Okay, perfect. So Natalie will be back the 12th, so send your questions in. You can even ask them here. I'll make a little note. I started sending her some things, but we got a little bit of time, and then she will not be back till August because we will not be back till August. So starting in July, we're on a summer schedule. We have so much going on in July. I'll be seeing family members. We have Fire Week. It's 4th of July. Like, we've just got so much going on. So we will return August 7th on that Friday. And then it's our beloved. We've got our women's conference coming up, so we've got a lot going on, and we are excited. So I hope you guys can join us for that, and we'll have a slide very soon for that as well.
Yes, you will.
And then just a little update for Pastor Tom's page in case you need to know where it's at. He's got his preaching page, and then he's got his TikTok, his not preaching page. It's where he goes live for his Bible study, but he also has his clips from his podcast, but also clips from other stuff that's going on too. So you kind of want to be able to follow both. It's totally different content, not the same at all. We're just reaching different generations, different genres, different people in these different areas. We have not found our people on TikTok on Pastor Tom's preaching page yet. They are not thrilled about anything. So, it is what it is. But
He has gained some, though, on TikTok.
no, he's gaining some. Actually, okay, what I will say is we are gaining some on TikTok, and people like it. But the commenters are the ones that are not happy about what he's saying, which is kind of funny because it's just.
Gosh, I love that.
I know it's.
It just shows you that narrow is the way, and that what he's preaching, nobody's hearing.
Right. But there are likes. So people are liking it there, and that's what's interesting. Like, one will have 200 likes, and then there'll be 4 comments, but the commenters are always bothered, which is so interesting. Because sometimes the anointing does that. They're so bothered they have to say something.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just interesting.
Please keep commenting.
I
That
know,
makes
it
that
does.
algorithm go off.
It does. It helps. It really does. And then, so we do have a Foundation Church TikTok page where we're posting some of our funny little clips and stuff. So definitely check those out. And then our worship as well. We're posting on there and doing all of our great little things. And then, of course, tonight, Friday, at 8 p.m. So we're right around the corner. You want to join Pastor Tom with his new Bible study. It is about an hour long. And you can watch live on either Instagram or TikTok, and those are his handles, basically the same. If you see Tom Lipley FC, that's not the right one. But if you're on TikTok and you go into your DMs, it shows you who's live that you follow. So just make sure you're following those, and sometimes you'll even get a little notification. And
What's great about that, too, is you can ask him
Yes.
any question.
Yeah, exactly. So he's live and he's watching the comments and everything. So if you have a question, a very specific question, you can ask away. Also, when you pop on, especially on Instagram, it'll ask you if you want to join with him, which means that you would be on the live with him. So if you say yes, it's okay. We won't accept you because I did that. I said yes, and I was like, no, I don't want to join. I just want to join the live. I just want to watch. So don't worry, you won't actually be accepted.
Nope.
So, yeah, even I am not accepted. So, denied. And last but not least, we have
Oh my
somebody's
gosh.
birthday. Yay!
Such dorks.
I knew that would make her so happy. Hope's birthday is just around the corner. So when you see her on Sunday, you can give her a big old smackaroo. Happy birthday, Hope.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your last year in your 40s.
In my 50s.
How is that possible?
Oh, it's very possible.
But I guess I'm in my
man.
40s, so
That's
I'm like, man, the 50s were fantastic. Mm-hmm. And I think to myself, I'm going into my 60s. First of all, back in the day, you could have never, I was like, if I make it to 50, never that I spoke that I wouldn't, but I lived so bad for a few years. I was like, man, am I going to make it to 50? And then obviously you get out of that era or whatever, but it's like, gosh darn, 60s are so fantastic. I mean, they sound so fantastic to me.
I think they're going to be great for you. I really do.
It's going to be so
And then you're
awesome.
halfway there, and you only got halfway to go.
But being 60 literally makes me rethink a whole lot more. Again, it makes me
Okay.
think, like my dress code,
Oh,
things like that.
yes,
Like
there's
what?
that.
Because I still don't feel like I dress age appropriate.
But like, what is age appropriate? You know what I mean? Like, who decides?
I don't know.
I know.
Because I can't be frumpy.
Right. Right. And I think each generation, like as you like go up, you kind of just bring things with you.
Well, no, because there's people in Walmart that are in their 60s.
Well, no, we don't talk about
and
those people.
70s, and you just sit there and go, what are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking?
That's
Like,
true.
am I not allowed to wear Vans anymore?
I know.
Like, I'll be 60. Should I, like, in 1 year, should I not wear Vans? Because I don't think I should.
I know. Are Vans cool again?
It really depends on what kind and like what they look like. And like I feel like when
That's
it comes
true.
to clothes, it's like because on TikTok I feel like I see moms that like wear clothes just like their daughters and they look great. They look like young.
Yeah.
I think as long as your like body type pulls off the clothes and like your stomach isn't hanging out and like I can't see like your
It's like flattering, right?
yeah.
If it's
Like,
flattering.
if it looks good on you, then I think it doesn't really matter how old
Because I don't
you
know
are.
any 60-year-olds. Like, that remind me of me.
yeah. I know,
Like,
you're special.
I mean, Jolene, maybe.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
she's taller and thinner. So, like,
I know. But you know what, Hope? You would never follow the pattern anyways. So you would always just be you. Because you be you, right?
yeah, but man, you like to know that there's, I like a lot of the dresses that I've picked out
Yeah.
and that I've worn, I've geared them towards like, would Adonica wear this?
Right.
Pastor Adonica?
Right,
Because
yeah.
I'm more like, still my style, but like, is this something, because she's 64
I
now,
don't know.
something like that. She
Yeah.
turned 60 several years ago
Okay.
because we went to her party. I can't
Yeah.
remember, but it's been in between 2020 and now.
Okay.
And I'm like, she's in her 60s and she doesn't dress frumpy.
No, she does not. She has
So
her
I'm like,
style.
She has her style and it's
Yeah.
very nice. And I don't want, it's not my
It's a
style.
modest style. I feel like.
Yeah.
It is modest.
Right.
And I think you have to be like, not that you should be a slut if you're younger than 60.
Okay.
That's not what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But like you even have to take her up a notch as you get older as far as like the attire because it's not appropriate. There are certain things that you cannot get away with that a younger person can. Even that are in their 40s, you can't get away with.
Yeah.
So like that's why I'm like, okay, well, would she wear this? Even though it's not her style, probably. So I'm pretty safe, but it's hard, like
I
to
know.
find things that are age appropriate, that are stylish, because most stuff is like Chico's.
That's what I was just gonna
Sorry,
say.
I'm not a Chico's girl.
Right. I know.
Not
Well,
that I think Chico's is bad. It looks great on a bunch of women that are in my age bracket. It's just not my style, though.
I know because we did like when I worked at Chico's, like we had a specific person that she had a name, she had a certain look, and that's who they catered to.
Yeah.
And it was like more maybe like Southern style. It was just, this was like 10 years ago too. So I don't know how they've changed and evolved, but they did have a very specific person that they were selling to.
Yeah. And it ain't me. It makes it very tough
I know.
for women that are going into the age bracket that I am.
I know. But even in your 40s, you're like, well, I don't want to look like I'm 20 to just look like I'm 20, especially when you hang out with a bunch of 20-year-olds. Like
And you look ridiculous though.
you do start looking like you're trying too hard. That's the gap right there where you're trying too hard, but you like also don't know what your style is because you're like, I don't know what to wear. Like what? I don't want to look old and I don't want to look
Right.
20.
And all the while being like, you're supposed to be a godly individual.
Correct.
And I think that for the most part, I think pretty much everybody who is in ministry here at the church or even that attends the church, I think they're very careful. I'm not saying that they hit it out of the park every single time, but for the most part, pretty much everybody's attire is very appropriate.
Minus Jer's short shorts.
Minus Jer's short shorts, which is questionable at times.
No,
But
it's true,
so
I
is my
think-
son's.
True. Okay. True.
Okay, so like I ain't throwing a rock too far.
Oh my gosh. But you guys do a great example. Like it all stems from leadership. You know what I mean? It's like it or not, it does. Like you're either leading well or you're not. And with that, you guys you dress appropriately and that's how it kind of stems,
Yeah.
you know?
Like, yeah, it's so you got to be conscientious of things, but at the same time, I don't want to lose myself. You know, I like me. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not 60 yet. I got one more year.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't.
But
have to worry
even
about
still, 59. Hello.
it. I know.
Come on.
Right
You gotta
there.
got
right there.
to be careful. Got to be careful. I'm like, I love it though. Like, people always were so negative about getting older. And I'm like, man, I freaking love it.
I know.
I think it's so exciting. Like, it is a beautiful thing.
I know. And there's more freedom, I feel like, every year too. Like, you just like, you care less, and like, you really like find out like what you love, and you just don't care as much. And it's such a freeing thing. Even though I didn't really care a whole lot before,
Yeah.
I even care even more or less like what people. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do what makes sense for me and what God tells me to do.
I really
You know?
think too. I think a lot of it. People always say that you mellow, and some people probably do mellow. That would probably be true of some people.
I think it does. It is true of some people.
But for me, like, I think a lot of it, I lean more on biblical wisdom and understanding now. Whereas before, I literally relied more on my carnal nature and how I thought I should respond to a situation. Versus now, I lean towards, like, biblically speaking, what is the way that I'm supposed to be or handle or say or do? And age has really helped me with that.
Yeah.
I think like 50 is when it kicked in for me. A lot.
Yeah.
Because in my 40s, I was still like, and now I'm more like,
funny.
hold up, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
that's what it is. There's a pause that makes you like not react so quickly. Like
Yeah.
you think about it for a second and then respond.
It's so funny because I used to say, and I don't do it anymore because I grew into it. But I used to say, when people would bring stuff to me, I clearly remember this, which is so funny you say that because it's so true. I feel like it started about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more, but not by much. And I would say, hold on, let me think about this before I say anything. Let me process this. I never before did that before. Never in my life. I was more reactive instead of, let me just pause.
I know that's something I harped on with my girls growing up. Like I was just like, okay, we're going to pause and we're going to think.
Right.
And so anytime they got in trouble, the goal was for like punishment wise is like, I want to create a place where they will now pause, whether they're afraid that God's going to see, or like I tell them like, listen, the Holy Spirit tells me everything. So just so you can like think before you do something, I'm probably going to find out about it.
Oh, yeah.
So just something, God always give me something so that it would create pause in them. And then instead of making a poor decision, they'd like, oh crap, if my mom finds out, like that's all I needed. And then if they decided to do whatever they wanted after that, that's on them. But if I could just create that pause in them, it's
There's something to be said for it.
It's important.
It really is.
Yep.
I mean, it really is a great thing to learn to just like, you don't have to do something right away.
Yeah. You don't have to think every thought that comes in. You don't have to respond to everything that happens to you.
I mean, in most times in life, it's really easy to do, but there will be people that it will not be easy to do with. And mine is always the same three people.
True.
It's always the same three people. They will always make the blood pressure go up very quickly.
Yeah.
They will always make me react very fast. They will always make me want to punch them dead in the face.
Oh my God.
They're my kids. It's Heather, Tommy, and Norma. There are like three people that I truly just want to kill at different times. So Heather said something to me the other day. I can't remember what it was. She said something to me the other day, and it was like the things that get a rise. And she said, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. And I'm like, something along those lines. And I'm like, only you and the two others. And she started laughing. She goes, that's true. I'm like, they all know. Like, there's only three people in this world that can really take me really quickly to a whole nother place. But I will say, I don't love anybody like I love those three, except for my husband, obviously.
Right.
But there's those three people.
I know.
I think that's true, though. I think there's people like that really, if you love them very, very much and hold them very, very dear, like they can really piss you off fast.
100%.
Don't you think?
Oh, 100%.
Are you the same way?
100%.
That makes me feel so much better.
100%.
Like, because a lot of other people get way more grace than those three do.
Yes. And I think your sphere being so small is probably a good thing. I think most people have a bigger sphere of people that can make them that upset that quickly. Like, because I think they also have the like, don't want to make them upset situation. Like Jer, like he doesn't like letting people down. And so like his sphere is way bigger. So the fact that you only have like 3 is probably a good thing.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. And I don't care if I let them down.
Right. That's the other thing. You
Yeah,
don't.
that helps.
I know. You don't care about that situation.
I'll tell them I'm sorry later.
Yeah.
Like I say and do sometimes. That's where I don't pause a lot of times. You know, the other thing I think helps
Maybe when
with
you're 60.
Probably not. Not with them 3. Not with those 3.
It's always hoping.
Never going to probably happen with those 3 guys. But I will tell you this.
Yeah.
The other thing that age really helps in and with gaining in wisdom is, and I think this started happening many, many years ago. I used to be mad and I would stay mad really long.
Okay.
If somebody made me mad, I could like stay irritated with them for a really long period of time. I mean, days if I wanted to. But now I won't allow myself that.
Would you be mad at in general or just at a specific person, like for days? Like, would it ruin your mood, like for days?
It could ruin my mood, and it could be just one person.
Okay.
And I could that's why I always say, don't have conversations in your mind.
Yeah.
I used to have conversations. Whatever I'm telling people not to do, it's because I've done it. I mean, hello. It's not because I'm so much better. It's I'm coming from a place of knowing what I'm telling you not to do.
Right.
But yeah, I would get mad at things and people and whatever. And in my head, I would play out all kinds of different conversations that I would have with them. And then this is what I'm going to tell them. And if they say this is what I'm going to respond with. And this is going to start it out with. And please, God, let them walk through the door. And, you know, all the things. Yeah. And then I just realized I am wasting so much time on an event that's probably never going to happen. If I'm lucky, it doesn't happen because a fool utters all its thoughts. So you're grateful when it doesn't because as much as it would have made you feel good in that moment, the aftermath is like not worth it. And I was just like, you know what? You're so mad that either this person wasn't considerate of your time, or this person said something reckless, or this person was very unkind to another person, and you care about the other person, or whatever. You know, whatever. Because people are like people. I mean, it's not as if I hadn't done the very things that I'm just listing, right?
Right.
But how dare somebody else do it?
I know.
You know, it's just craziness.
Right.
And then you realize, like, I'm only going to give myself, because I love myself, I'm only going to allow myself a certain amount of time to either be mad or stew or have to overcome whatever emotion I'm going through, whether it be sadness and whatever. I'm only going to allow myself that window, which is usually almost always, I don't give myself more than 30 minutes. You get 30 minutes. And after that 30 minutes is up, that's got to go. And you're not to think about it again. You're not to ponder on it again. You're not allowed to allow those emotions to come right back in because none of that is good. Nothing good comes from it. So why allow it in for a long period of time to distract you and to take away from you?
Exactly.
So, but age has helped me with that.
Yes.
Like if people can get that like before 50, you'll be happy.
Right.
But it took me a very long time to put myself on a little timetable.
No, that's good.
You're not gonna get to act or behave or be whatever.
Right.
Which is a very healthy way.
Yes.
But enough about that. We're gonna finish busyness.
Let's do it.
So what we're talking about is being busy, and the modern day culture says that busyness equals success. That in the world of a biblical view is not true. Actually, it's actually opposite of that. It's not to say that you shouldn't be busy, but what are you busy about, and how busy are you? Because a lot of times people in ministry will be busy, and it's all about the kingdom. but there's no, they're doing busy work about the kingdom, but they're not doing anything investing themselves in the kingdom, spiritually speaking, biblically, with the word, with the fellowship, with the worship, with the prayer. All of that has taken a back seat because they're all about whatever needs to be done at the church, whatever, like that. For me, I sit there and go, you can be busy about going and laying hands on people so that they recover. But if you're not staying in the word, faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God. You can lay your hands on so many people and eventually the tap is going to run dry.
True.
Because faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word. If you're not in the word and you're just going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, where's your faith?
Right.
It only has, that well only has so much in it. And you got to keep filling the well up until it runs out.
Right. Yep.
Wells do run dry, people. They do. And you do too. So what are you about? And what we were talking about is how Jesus was saying to Mary and Martha, although Martha's, I think her intentions were phenomenal. She reminds me a lot of myself because I think my intentions are very good a lot of times, but doesn't mean they're right. It just doesn't mean they're right. And I've gotten way better in this, but I have to remind myself about being busy, about slowing down and being in the Word. Like I was telling the girls yesterday, basically pretty much the whole entire day, I probably spent a good 5 to 6 hours diligently studying things out, being in the Word, and the return was phenomenal from doing it. But the old hope would have been like, there's too much to do.
Right.
And although what yesterday's time was spent is to confirm things that I believe that I know the Word says. And so for me to be able to stand on a particular subject line or whatever it is, I already knew in my spirit from time in prayer, but I also knew in the Word from previous study that I was probably correct. But then what I said is, you know what? This is so important to me. I'm going to clarify and confirm that everything that I feel like the Lord has told me and or that I've reflected on in the Word in the past, that I'm actually correct on my stand.
Yeah.
So I can be strong in when I make the stand. Because some things are very, very important to make sure you're doing that with.
True.
And so I valued that more than the busyness of other things. And the return is solid. So we got to do that. And that's where Mary had it, because Mary saw the value in the investment of spending time at Jesus's feet. That return is a lifetime. Whereas what Martha was doing, fixing and making and cleaning and being diligent about those things, that was momentary, because that was only going to last for the period of time in which they ate the meal and spent that time together. Whatever Mary learned from the Lord while she was sitting at his feet and listening to him lasted her forever after he left. And I think that's what we forget a lot of times. Busyness is not good if it's missing the important thing, which is being diligent and obedient and spending time in the Word and your prayer life. Like you will radically see your life change when you do spend time in worship. You do spend time with iron sharpening iron and you're fellowshipping with your friends, not gossiping and talking about things you have no business talking about, but like iron sharpens iron. I think people find the Word or just like dissecting things that the Word says, I think that they find that to be boring. Like, how will that be entertaining? But the other is fleeting and it's gross. So you might as well, iron sharpens iron. Whatever you learn, I've taken things to conversations that I've had with Vanessa or Tracy, even with like different things that when Talia and my whole family have been together and we sit down and we chat about just life and about what that life situation is based on the Word, I've been able to use that later on or reflect on it for my own personal life.
Yep.
That's where it doesn't return void.
Right.
Right.
It's super, super important. Whereas if you're talking about, if you have a group of friends and you're talking about one another, you're destroying one another. And what good comes from any of that after you walk away and are done? There's no life in that. But we find, like, I've gone to moms groups, and that's what everybody does in the moms group. They talk about the people in the church, or they talk about the person that didn't show up that morning and their kid. Which, in my case, when I had Tommy, that was deserved.
So sad.
But still shouldn't have happened.
True.
But he deserved it. And so did I.
So sad.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's sad because, like, you reap what you sow.
I
And I wasn't disciplining, and he was bad.
Okay.
He was causing the beat downs. So did we just, I don't know. It would been far better for the other way. Do the smackdown on the Thomas. But I think we see a lot of people who are, I think because people are so busy, I think, and you can tell me whether you agree with this or not, but because people are so busy, I find people to be more anxious. They're so busy about different things that have actually no meaning whatsoever that they tend to be way more anxious. They're like very overwhelmed with life. That's why I was saying I'd love to bottle what I got because I'm not overwhelmed. Are there moments where life likes to try and make me be? Yeah,
of course.
it is absolutely. Yeah. It's what I do in those moments. Everybody walks and deals with these things. Is how do they handle them when they come their way?
Right.
They're spiritually drained too. Like they're anxious, they're overwhelmed, they're spiritually drained. Like there's no life in that, and then they wonder why. They don't look like other believers.
Right.
Well, and I would say you do. You look like a lot. You look like more like what most believers look like than the ones that I'm talking about that are not about being busy.
True.
Add your 2 cents because I've done a lot of talking.
I think everything comes back to identity. And so like when you know what your identity is in Christ and what makes you unique, like what makes you unique that God looked at you and was like, I need you to operate in this gift, in this identity, in this purpose. When you know that, you're so busy, like that's your focus. So you're busy doing God things versus like trying to find busyness, because I think a lot of people like put their kids in sports and go to all these events and do it because they don't have a purpose. So they make their kids their purpose. And then, or like they go on all these trips because then they can post about it and it feels purposeful. And we wore a mask because it was purposeful, and we took vaccines because, well, we didn't, but other people took vaccines because it felt like purpose. Like we're all going to do this together. We're all in this together. And so I think a lot of the times being busy becomes like an identity where I'm like, I usually let people know, like, I'm so busy, but it's not something I'm proud of. Like, I'm not proud that I'm this busy, but God has put me in these places and there's a grace on it that I don't get overwhelmed when I have all these things that I'm doing, and I make sure I check in with him. And, but I think a lot of people, like, it's like a pride thing. Like, I'm so busy.
A full schedule means there's some kind of importance.
Right.
A full schedule does not mean that you are important or there's an importance about it if there's no fruit that follows.
Right. I know.
It just doesn't. A full schedule with no fruit smells.
I know.
There's nothing good from it.
Right. I seen this thing the other day. It was like 2%. I think Tara's mom posted about it, Tammy. 2% of like the generation right now will be professionals, but 100% of your kids will stand before God one day, you know? And so it's just like remembering, like, like it's good to pursue the things, but like understand what's first things first. Like even schoolwork, like first things first, like I want Allison to love the Lord and hear his voice. Like that's my most important thing in teaching her. And then everything else will fall into line. And it's probably an extreme side of it, and other people have different visions. But like for her, like I just want her to love God and hear his voice, and she does. And so like praise God. Like,
well, the word tells us to train a child up.
Yeah.
And that word train means to help them find their calling.
Right.
And so
100%.
Not to become a doctor, not to become a nurse, not to become a scientist, not to become an engineer. It didn't tell us any of those things. It actually says what you said. They'll learn to read and write and do arithmetic to the level in which they need to know how to do like geometry, but trigonometry and like. If you feel like your kid needs to know like some kind of quantum physics or something like that, because that makes you feel good, you are in the wrong mindset.
Right.
Your goal is to help them find their calling, because it says they'll never walk away from him once they know their calling. That's the biggest goal right there.
I totally agree.
And I think we are
agree.
so misguided because we think, because we live through our children and our pride comes from them. How many times have you ever seen kids? There's a school, if you don't live around here, there's a school in the area. It's called Pine View. And Pine View is it's a public school, but it doesn't accept everybody. You have to test in to get into this school. And virtually most of the kids that go there get into these Ivy League schools and they get full rides, the whole nine. And I cannot tell you back in the day when my kids went to school and you would go to a sports event or a sports whatever, you would ask, like you were talking to the parents, oh, what school does your kid go to? Because my kids were homeschooled, so they thought we were idiots.
Yeah.
Which
I know.
partly was true.
No.
We weren't rocket scientists in the Lipley household. I will say, like, my kids, street smart, yes. And like in certain things, like they're smart.
I agree.
They are very, very smart. Like even intellectual level. Like there are some things like, especially Tommy, intellectually speaking, like I'm just like, what the crap? Like he's like his dad. Norma's more like me. We'll pound your face in.
Oh my God.
Like, don't mess with us. Like, you want a verbal altercation? We're probably your girl. Like, we're smart in other ways.
Yeah.
But Tom and Tommy are on a whole nother level, intellectually speaking. Sometimes I'm just like, what the crap? I mean, that's how Aaron is. He didn't go to college. When you sit and talk to Aaron, you sit there and be like, what the crap? This kid is freaking intelligent and stinking smart. A lot of people just think he plays. He's great at playing the drums. He can sing. He pretty much can play any instrument. And that has a whole nother skill set, but that's artistic level. Then you talk to him and he ain't stupid.
No, he's
that
very
kid is
smart.
freaking smart.
Yeah.
And so, but he was homeschooled part of the time. He didn't go to Pine View. You know what I'm saying? But these people, you ask them, where does your kid go? They're like, my kid goes to Pine View. You're like, okay, well, your poop still stinks. And, you don't go to Pine View, right?
Right. I know. Yeah.
It's like, what the crap?
I know.
And I'm also always perplexed by this. All these people that their kids are smart and stuff like that, I'm like, you didn't do anything, and neither did they.
I know.
It's like somebody who can sing
Right.
or somebody who can go out and throw a ball a long distance. That person, usually to that degree, is naturally gifted. They did nothing to earn that. They did nothing to get that. Why are you acting as though you have some special skill or talent? That was not given to you other than by God.
Right.
You did nothing. Now, sometimes you can make it better, but
For the most part.
you have to have something to start with.
Right. I know.
I just don't get it. I'm like, you might not want to be too prideful about that.
I know.
Because as quickly as it was given, it can be taken away. Well,
True.
certain things.
True. No,
So-
that's
'cause
true.
God's
Like you get hurt.
gifts- Yeah.
Right,
Gifts and
right.
talents are irrevocable
True.
to a certain extent. But even still,
Yeah. No, it's
I'm
true.
not saying if you're smart, he'll make you dumb as a box of rocks. But you want to go and do some kind of job where you're like, you won't get the job.
Right. And then,
You'll still be smart.
assuming you don't go like a medical route, because sometimes like people start taking medications and it actually does hurt their wisdom and their smartness, because those things aren't good for us.
Fry your
They're not
brains.
100%. And so then you have
Fries your brain.
100% it does. And a lot of people cope, and then end up in alcohol and all this stuff. So yeah, his gifts and callings are irrevocable, but you can definitely mess up
Oh, yeah.
your whole life and but that usually that's what happens. Usually parents don't know what they're doing. There's no purpose. So they have to piggyback on their kids and
take pride in that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no pride in that.
no, there really isn't.
Oh my gosh.
There really
Like,
isn't.
literally, you did nothing. I've seen two, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. But I've seen two ugly, but ugly people birth a gorgeous individual. Okay. They can't take account for that other than they gave birth to it. God's the one that made that person look like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing goes for I've seen two idiots like produce a very intellectual and smart child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That just goes to show you got nothing to do with it. Even though you might think you do, you don't.
Yeah. So don't be prideful.
Don't be prideful. Like, don't live through your kids, for crying out loud.
100%.
Enjoy them, watch them, help nourish and cultivate whatever they want to do. Like, support them to the fullest extent where it doesn't go to enabling. But, like, there's balance in everything.
100%.
But most people live through their kids. John 15:7-8 says, if you abide in me and my words abide in you, you will ask whatever you desire, and it shall be done for you. And by this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, so you will be my disciples. And all of us want to be disciples, but it didn't say whoever works the hardest will be my disciple. It doesn't say whoever works the hardest will bear much fruit. It says you have to abide. Abiding is what cultivates the fruit.
Well, think about Jesus too. Like when every time they were like, "Hey, Jesus, like Lazarus is dead," he didn't like rush and like, "Oh my gosh," like panic, like, "Oh my gosh, I got to get there as fast as I possibly can." Like he was just abiding. Like he did what God told him to do. There was no rushing. There was no stressing out. Like you just like
You got to rest in him.
100%. That's the one that I have. Psalm 46:10 is "Be still and know that I am God." When you just rest in God. And it's hard for people because everybody wants to be the problem solver. Like, I know how to do it. I like, and that's pride. Like God might be like, just rest, just chill. Just chill for one day. Let me talk to you for one day. And then you'll make it further. Like look at Chick-fil-A, they don't work on a Sunday and they
Make
created
more money
it
than everybody else.
combined. Yep. I mean, well, yes, because they only work those 6 days. And so
Yeah.
with God, everything is possible. Literally everything
But
is
Costco's
possible.
taking it on. Not Costco. What's the store that isn't open on? It's like a grocery store. No, is
Hobby
it a
Lobby?
grocery store? Hobby Lobby is maybe who I'm thinking about. It might be Hobby Lobby. They're closed on Sunday.
Always. Yep. They have a cool story
What's their cool story?
that they wanted to up their offering every single year to get to 50%. And there's a lot of pushback. It's a really good story.
Oh, really?
I read his book. Yeah, it was really cool.
Are they still a Christian, real true Christian store? Because Chick-fil-A is not really anymore.
I don't know. I read his book a while ago. I don't
I mean,
know.
Walmart used to be the same way.
Yeah.
Solid, sold out
know.
Christian organization,
No,
company.
It's hard. It's hard. You start making that money.
Well, you die and you leave
That's
your
true. Or that. Yeah.
you leave
Depending who
your
you pass it on to.
pass it on to your unsaved
Mm-hmm.
children because you didn't do something right,
That'll do it.
or maybe you did do something right
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. You got to walk with him.
Mm-hmm.
You got to rest in him. You have to abide in him. He has to be it. I asked ChatGPT. I was like, "What is true fruitfulness?" Because we all know, like, the fruits of the spirit. Like I know what the fruits of the spirit are, and hopefully you do too. But I didn't want the fruits of the spirit. I wanted, like, if you are a busy person, and if you're a busy person and you want to have fruit in your life that shows that busyness isn't primary, but that scripture that you're abiding in the word, what does that look like for a fruit for a person like ourselves, right? So this is what it said. Fruitfulness will have evidence of somebody having peace, which is love, joy, peace, patience,
Yeah, right.
wisdom, which I would have never. I was glad I got this because I would have never thought wisdom comes from abiding, but it
yeah,
is. Like I
100%.
never like.
Yes.
Sometimes ChatGPT really pays off,
100%.
and in this list, like I was like,
Yes.
I would never have thought of these things. It's so true, though.
That's true. Yeah.
Peace, wisdom, consistency. Would you have thought consistency?
That's good.
Never in a million
Yeah,
years.
no, that
But I
one's
think
good.
fruit would that's a fruit that you will
Right.
show in your life of
Right.
being a person who abides in Him. Change lives of people around you is what it's saying. Spiritual growth in yourself, healthy relationships.
Yes.
And this is all true because if I think of people
Right,
who
that's what I was-
actually
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah. That's the only reason I'm like, yeah. Because I'm thinking of people who I know abide in him. Like I know that they put first things first and all, and these things make sense 100%.
obedience, I know, obedience and stability. I mean, I'm
Yes.
sure the list, if I would have asked it, can give me more.
yeah.
But I thought this was
Things to aim for.
like, if you're incredibly busy, and I can tell you when I was incredibly busy and I had 3 jobs and I was fitting in my prayer time, I was fitting in my word. Not that I still was doing it, trust me. I got my word in. But I can tell you that that list didn't convey completely across the
Right,
board
right.
when I was busy, when I was very, very busy. Especially, I would say, with healthy relationships. Because I was
Yeah,
so
of
busy that I
course.
had no time to
How do
have
you invest in
a-
those? Right.
Exactly.
right.
I was obedient. That's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
But stable? No. Like I was a crazy woman on wheels sometimes, just trying to get it all done.
Yeah.
And there's no joy in that, just so you know, which is a fruit of the Spirit.
Yep.
And Psalms 46:10, which is the one I'm going to just close out with this because we're not going to get done with this and we won't go into it next week. But busyness can make you very emotionally numb. And that you need to examine yourself. And I'm going to leave with this because I think I've been emotionally numb before because I'm just so wore out that I have nothing left to give to anyone or anything, including the Lord. And Psalm 46:10, be still and know that I am God, which is the one you just gave. That's my last verse, not my last verse for this. It's the last one we're going to touch on because I will tell you this. It's just like you said. If you rest in him, you will know him.
Yep.
There is something about being still. There's something about being quiet. And like even in your own mind, being quiet. And just like there are times that I have gone on my back porch because we have a pond in the back. And and we've lived there for over 20 years, so I've done this several times, where I've gone out on my back porch and sat and only watched the water on the pond as the waves move, or if it was a still day, and I was quiet. I did not let my mind think about anything except for just looking at the water or looking what was going on and around me. But while I was looking, I wasn't pondering it. I was quiet. And that really helps you reconnect. Slow down. Be still. Learn to abide. And you will reconnect. Because you being on a hamster wheel is getting you nowhere.
Right.
Actually makes you miserable. And you can say, oh, I'm not miserable. If you're not now, you will be. I know of what I speak. I am probably master of busy and love. I loved being a Martha.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. I love having a balance of being a Martha and a Mary and knowing my place. And I'll go to the Mary more times now than I will go to the Martha because I see the value in being a Mary in my spiritual walk, which is far more important to me than my carnal.
Right.
So, ladies, want to add anything?
It was good.
Don't be busy.
What?
Don't Be too busy.
Don't
Don't be too busy. Don't be too busy.
I think you know when you're being too busy also. Like people know when they need to like tone it down.
They do. But they love it because it makes them not think about the things
Right.
that they don't want to
Yeah.
think about. They don't want to change. They don't want to deal with. A lot of times I would, a lot of people when they're stressed and anxious, what do? They clean.
Right.
They go out shopping.
It's true.
They distract themselves. When the Lord is like just saying, come to me.
Yeah.
I'm a great problem solver.
Yeah.
I can get rid of this anxiousness for
Right.
you.
Right. Not
You
just
don't
cope.
need to, yes.
Right.
Or even boredom. I think people when they're bored,
Oh.
they'll just resort to something else other than
True.
reading
their Bible.
So true too. That is so true. Because a lot of people hate to be bored. Like because we live in a scroll society. Like
Yeah.
we constantly have to be stimulated, and not to be stimulated is such a foreign thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
that people don't even know what to do with themselves anymore.
True. Very true.
Like quiet drives them crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Quiet. You walk into our house a lot of times. Tell you, is there
Yeah.
anything on?
No, it's very quiet.
Very quiet.
Same.
Because there's something about having a quiet, peaceful home. And sometimes if you do come to my house, like I'll have like, what is that called for my dog?
Oh, the dog videos.
I'll have it where he's on a trail, like he can watch another dog
Another dog
walk a
run.
trail. Like in like Europe.
Yeah, I like that stuff too. But not necessarily the dog, but people like.
Oh,
watch-
but he likes to watch it.
Yeah. of
So
course.
you'll hear maybe really nice, soothing, relaxing, and a lot of people can't do that either. They cannot have a low key music on
Yeah.
because it doesn't stimulate.
Not stimulating, right?
It's actually annoying to them when it's more like, no, you need to chill. You need to take it down.
Yeah.
It's too hard for them.
True.
It's so foreign. Learn to abide. That's what we're going to say.
Love it.
And if you don't know how to abide and you have Tuesday mornings free,
We'll teach you.
you can go to Abide.
Or you can come to on Sunday and get yelled at and probably figure out how to abide.
That's true.
He might yell at you at some point, but it's okay.
Hey, it's helped me.
It's helped you, right?
Oh, wonders. It's done wonders for me. Actually,
Yeah.
having somebody speak into your life and tell you the truth about yourself
Just know the truth, right?
and then being honest
Confess
with
the
yourself
truth.
about the truth
Amen.
really pays off.
Yes.
Really pays
Exactly.
off. So
Amen.
don't run from the truth.
No.
Embrace it. It helps. See you on Sunday. Live stream if you're not here or in person. We love you. We thank you for joining us. Bye.
Real talk.